What's up, gamers? You already know what's going on. You've all heard of it. The flavor of the month, the top selling game on Steam, top played game on Twitch until it becomes irrelevant. It goes by Among Us. The game I don't know anything about, but it's trendy, so I'm gonna make a video about it. The game of teamwork and betrayal reminds me fondly of the music industry. There's always one imposter in your DMs being like, "Bro, how you been? I miss you. Dude, I miss you. How you been?" And then he's like, collab, shoehorns that in. Like, I could have made a post about like my family dying, and he like links that tweet to the DM, and he's like, "Damn, dude, that sucks. You want to work?" I'm sorry if I'm super sweaty. It's like insanely humid where I live, and it's September. This is insane. It's like the hottest day of the summer right now. It's not even summer. Or is it still summer? I don't even know. When does summer end? It's still summer. So I'm gonna be making a song out of Among Us sounds. This time I actually made the song beforehand. Usually I like do it as I'm going, but I thought I'd switch it up, do something a bit different. So here's a little preview of what we're gonna make today. Among Us. So let's dive right into it. I have an intro here, and I was like, I need a sound that perfectly fits the Among Us vibe. I don't exactly know what that sound is, but that, just a little bit of reverb, you know, nothing too crazy. Got some SFX down here. So we're getting into the meat of the intro. Let me just play it real quick for you. What do we have going on here? There's a lot going on. We got some effects. Nothing insane, just like an impact and another impact, and I've layered like 3 impacts to make that second impact. Impactception. And then we have the Among Us alarm. Coming in this little bass. Sort of like an 80s vibe. The thing that makes it really like hit is Cymatics brass. Yeah, dude, I'm down to make a song, sure. Wait, you don't have Cymatics brass? Actually, like, I'm busy. We also have the main theme. But yeah, the main theme is pitched up 4 semitones, and I took it the low end, 130 hertz, because that bass up here would clash with it. And then we have little sound effects down here. Sounds like a haunted house on crack. That's a sound that like wooks in their brains make as soon as they take that first tab of acid at the festival. There's probably thousands of wooks going through withdrawals right now because they just can't get to a festival. So we get up into like the build up. It's not actually that big of a build up. It's kind of, if you know AT aliens, they kind of do these like subtle build ups. It's just like ominous or like res. So that sound is actually a sample from Among Us. It's from this, the original sound that I showed you at the beginning. Just took that sound and made it into a little rhythm. Add some reverb. Go at the low end. So we're getting up to the draw. We're not quite there yet. Still got some effects, cymatics, I believe, riser, lo-fi noise uplifter. Just random samples I have. Just like browse splice and you can find tons of like great effect samples. Or even better, make your own. I'm sweating, man. There's another like a little diva synth thing that I did. It's kind of like an ominous little like drone. Flattened it, so I turned it into audio. Luigi's Mansion type beat. So I think that's it for the intro, but wait, there's a surprise right before the drop. I used my beautiful voice. Yeah. Hey. Let's take a listen. Among Us. Let me show you what that is. So that is actually 2 separate takes of me saying Among Us. Among Us. Here's with no effects. Among Us. Still pretty good, but the thing that ties it together, OTT. On the trap. Among Us. I've actually recently started using a ton of OTT on vocals. Kind of corny, but it gives it like a great, super compressed vibe. I say vibe like I'm... So that's the first take, and there's another take of my vocal. Among Us. With the vocoder on it. This is with no effects. Among Us. Kind of sounds like my voice now. Here's with all the effects.
Among Us.
And with both together again.
Among Us.
Tight. I don't know what this is for the drop. Literally not even a thing. What is this? Oh. Without further ado, here's the full intro, and then we're gonna get into the drop. Fortunately, can't keep the fan on because my mic would pick it up and it would sound shitty. So there's actually a couple more things right before the drop. Got this little Among Us sound, robotic cricket, and then we got some swords. There actually is like a sword sound in Among Us, but I layered it with another sword sound. So here's what like the whoosh into the drop sounds like. Another Among Us little like snippet thing. What I did to the swords, I don't think anything crazy, just some EQ. Didn't even use the EQ. That's my life in a nutshell. Start with the drum pattern. Mid-tempo vibe. I made fun of it in 2018, but we're back. Just kidding, we're not back. We got some bass sounds. It's kind of a wubber, frog-like dubstep noise here. It's retro speaking. We're in Serum, of course. Not of course. I'm actually kind of getting tired of Serum, but I still use it. Just got a little filter. We have the LFO modulating the cutoff and the level of it. A timeless technique. It makes that sound. It's a cool wavetable. So here's the first like main bass sound. So what is this? What is this amazing machine gun like bass sound? Let me show you. Serum. So it's actually two layers, two serums. I tend to stick to like the stock wavetables. I also have the massive ones imported, which I use less often, but come in handy. Another situation where we're putting the LFO on the cutoff and the LFO on the level. And also we have a sub. I actually don't have a sub separately from this. It's actually on the bass sound itself within the synth. So the sub that you hear here, the sub that you hear here, I can't say that without laughing. Sub that's here is actually the one that is in the synth. So layer number one. First off, distortion, Saturn. Nothing crazy. Excitation. An EQ that I also did nothing on. Camel Crusher, a staple. British Clean, amazing preset. Highly recommend. And then play with the mix. Isotope, Imager, also doing nothing. OTT, of course, 58%. Stock OTT. Saturator a little bit. I need this for a second. So the real magic comes in here with this EQ. And it's unsuspecting at first. This is the original sound, which sounds better. But the way I like to do that to refine the high end that not most people do, I don't think. So you're in for a little bit of a secret. Just like through my mouse. The main thing when you're synthesizing, in my opinion, is having a good bass sound, not BASS, BASE. So within the synth, get as close as possible to the sound that you want and then work off of that. I have to take my own advice sometimes. So this is low pass at 4,000 Hertz, layer one. Layer two, duplicated. Pretty much all the same stuff here. Have a little bit of a formant filter, but the secret sauce is here. So I'm soloing the high end on this layer. So that's the first layer. Second layer, and here's both together. You can get like a little texture kind of, I guess you could say. On top of this, a little bit of compression, Vintage Exciter, great plugin. Camel Crusher again, British Clean, EQing, boosting the high end a bit. Very important on the bus, boost the high end. So that's for the main synth. Here's what it sounds like in its entirety. Pretty dope, pretty cool, pretty cool. Next bass sound, pretty much modern talking, but it isn't. I don't have the original synth, but it's like some bass sound I made. Pretty much like similar techniques to the above, but like a longer kind of bass sound. And then to follow this, since this doesn't have a sub, operator as a sub. You know what to do. All right, let's speed it up. It's taking way too long. This is an Among Us sound. Didn't even EQ it, as you can hear. A lot of low end. So it like kind of almost does it for the drop sounds. It's not too complex. I'll show you the drums real quick. What do we have on the first hit here? A different kick. I like to do that sometimes. Different kick. I did that on, what was my song called on Monster Cat, the EP? Can't even remember. That's sad. Is that sad or is that good? Because I like make so much shit. I don't know. Cymatics little impact sounds like glass. First hit. Brave knock as the snare, just a raw sample. So important just to have the right sample and not get all wound up and like layering a bunch of stuff that you don't have to layer. And then that's the kick. It's a couple kicks layered. There is a time and a place to layer almost every time, but like you have to be very calculated with it to get a good sound. Calculated. Little synth thing I made. Got some hats. And then some effects. Just to wrap up the sections. So, without further ado, let's play the Among Us anthem. Tag the developers. We're getting this in the game, boys. Buddy, let's go. Shit bangs. That's a fucking banger. That's a fucking banger. Let me know if you like this kind of video. Let me know if you're a bitch. Type I'm a bitch in the comments. Follow me on socials. You know, you may have heard that my new single City sounds so like annoying and no one cares. I have a song coming out on Monstercat September 15th. It's currently the 11th. It's a great song. Probably my best song. Featuring Sophie Strauss. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce her last name. Strauss. I'll see you soon. Got a lot of support lately on YouTube. Pretty sick. I love ya.